As a man thinks, so he is. So you see, it is because our thoughts are what bets our action. So before I do something, it's most likely that things have come into my head, a lot of thoughts, through things that I've seen, through conversations, through whatever, this and all this, have come into my head, and then I begin to bet actions. So before somebody steals, the person has probably thought about, I don't have this, I would like to have this. So those thoughts have cultivated what bets the action. So knowing this is important that when you are trying to overcome or get the victory, to overcome all this, to overcome masturbation, fornication, and sexual addiction, it's important to govern your thoughts. How do you govern your thoughts? I think I spoke about it in the previous video. You govern your thoughts by tending your heart and guarding your heart. What do I mean by that? To tend is to feed your heart with things that will make it grow. That's to feed your heart with the word of God. To feed your heart with things consistent with the word of God. Why to guard is to guard yourself from things that are not consistent with the word of God. So you might have questions. If I guard myself from things that are consistent, how will I know this? How will I know that? But let me tell you, when you come into this place, what happens is that here, our news is what God has said about the nations. Our identity is what God has said about us. Our goals are the purposes of God in our life. And our ambitions are what God will have us do on this earth. So you don't necessarily need outside knowledge. Because what is your news? What God has said about the nation. Because it must come to pass. What is your identity? What God has said about you. What is your purpose? What God has told, what God has destined to do on the earth. What is your ambition? What God will have you do on this earth. So Philippians 4 verse 8 to say, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is good of good report, whatever is virtuous, whatever is this and that, whatever is good, basically, think on these things. So what we should surround ourselves with are things that God has said. It's the word of God, are things that are good, not things that are bad. Because when you start to surround yourself with all these things that are not, that all these profane things, they begin to bet inside of your head, they begin to bet inside of your mind, things that will make you act. So we've been able to talk about tending our hearts by studying the word of God, prayers, and all of this. But now I want to talk explicitly on guarding our hearts. So in the next video, I'll talk about triggers. Being able to identify triggers will make you know, basically triggers are what makes you want to do them, what makes you do them. Being able to identify triggers will make you know how to guard your heart and what to guard your heart from. So I'll see you in the next video. Hi guys, my name is Gbubemi from Akporhonor. Thank you very much for watching this video. You see, this video you just watched is from a teaching series that teaches people how to defeat masturbation, fornication, and sexual addictions. It's gotten from the book Masturbation, Fornication, and Sexual Addictions, Defeating the Plague That Influences Our Generation. To get this book, all you need to do to get this book is click on the link below or the link on my bio, or you can simply search Okada Books or Amazon Books using my name and the title of the book.